Welcome my dear learners for this course on engineering graphics. So in today's lecture we will be discussing about the various angles of projection in engineering graphics and what is the significance of computer-aided engineering drawing. In case of engineering graphics we will be using orthographic projection. The orthographic projection helps us to project the object in all the possible visualizations. That is, a three-dimensional object can be viewed in its top view, front view and possible side view. So when you project all these views, it will give a clear idea for a manufacturer. Especially this orthographic projection is very useful when the design is ready for manufacture. Now, to draw the three-dimensional view of objects, after drawing the manual sketches, we can convert into the computer drawing with the help of softwares such as Solid Edge, AutoCAD, etc. With the help of these computers, we will be drawing the various views of the object. Now, before moving on to the drawing of various views of an object, let us discuss the various orthographic projections. That is, I can place the object in the first quadrant. If I place the object in the first quadrant, we call it as a first angle projection. If I place the object in the second quadrant, we will call it as a second angle projection. If I place the object in the third quadrant, we will call it as a third angle projection. Similarly, if we place the object in the fourth quadrant, we will call that as fourth angle projection. Let us discuss the various angles of projections in today's class. Let me consider vertical and horizontal plane. Now, if I mark the quadrants, this will be the first quadrant, this will be the second quadrant, this will be the third quadrant and this will be the fourth quadrant. Now, always the observer will be here. Now, to understand the concept of various angles of projection in orthographic projection, let us consider a point placed in the first quadrant. Let us say I have placed a point A in the first quadrant. Now, to the observer in the front view, he will observe the point A and he will project it onto the vertical plane. So, since this is the front view for the observer, taking the projection, he will mark the front view of this point. In front view, we will mark it with primes and ensure that always you should use small letters. The capital letter stands for the actual object, small letter stands for the view of that object. Now it is a front view, so therefore I am using small a with prime. Similarly, if the observer view this point from the top, we will project it onto the horizontal plane. So projecting it to the horizontal plane, we will mark the top view of this object, that is A. Now, if you clearly observe in the front view, the observer can visualize the distance of the point above the horizontal plane. So therefore, in the front view, observer can also see the distance of the point above the horizontal plane. this is distance of above horizontal plane. Similarly, in the top view, observer can see the distance of the object in front of vertical plane. So in the top view, you can visualize distance of the object or point in front of vertical plane. Now, if a point is specified with respect to horizontal plane, what I mean to say is that if a point lies 30 mm above horizontal plane, in the sense I should show the distance in vertical plane, because you can visualize the distance above the horizontal plane in its front view. Similarly, any distance specified with respect to vertical plane will be plotted onto the horizontal plane, because in the top view the observer can see the distance of the object in front of VP, which is plotted onto the horizontal plane. So therefore, in the vertical plane we will always plot front view, in the horizontal plane we will always plot top view. So therefore, when the object is in first quadrant, we will call it as first angle projection. The observer will take the projection of the front view and also top view, and always remember you should rotate the horizontal plane clockwise. Always rotate horizontal plane clockwise. That is, rotate HP clockwise. So this is what we have. This is horizontal plane and this is vertical plane. Now after taking the projection, one should rotate the horizontal plane clockwise. So if I rotate the horizontal plane clockwise, now above this partition, that is above this intersection of vertical and horizontal plane, we have vertical plane, and below we have horizontal plane. So therefore, in the first angle projection, the horizontal plane will come below the XY line and vertical plane will come above the XY line. That is, above the intersection of vertical plane and horizontal plane, let us take it as XY line. Above XY line we will be having vertical plane, and below the XY line we will be having horizontal plane. Now in the horizontal plane we will mark always top view, that is, we will be marking A. In the vertical plane we will be always marking the front view, that is A prime. Apart from that, in the vertical plane you will be showing the distance with respect to HP. In the horizontal plane you will be showing the distance with respect to VP. Next, moving on to the second angle projection, that is when the point is placed in the second quadrant. Keep in mind the position of the observer should not change, and always we should rotate the horizontal plane clockwise after taking the projection. Let us keep this point in the second quadrant. If I do that, now in the second angle projection the object will be placed in the second quadrant. Let us consider the point as the object. Now the observer will be here. The observer should not change its position. Now in its front view, if the observer view this point, this vertical plane itself is interrupting the view for the observer. So therefore, in the second angle projection, the observer should make an assumption that the vertical plane is transparent. So assuming that the vertical plane is transparent, the observer will visualize the point and he will take back the projection onto the vertical plane. So this gives us the front view of the point which is indicated by A prime on the vertical plane. In the front view, since we have assumed that the vertical plane is transparent, you can also see what is the distance of the point above the horizontal plane. So you can also visualize what is the distance of the point above the horizontal plane. Next, when the observer will visualize this point from the top, you can see the point and plot the top view onto the horizontal plane. The observer will take the projection onto the horizontal plane, which gives us the top view, which is denoted by A. So this represents the distance of the point above HP, and this represents the distance in front of VP. In the second angle projection, when the object is placed in second quadrant, so we have the condition like this. We have the observer towards my right hand side. He is assuming that this vertical plane is transparent and this is the horizontal plane. Now he visualize the object and take back the projection onto the vertical plane. And from the top view, he will view the object and take the top view onto the horizontal plane. Now we know that always we should rotate the horizontal plane clockwise after taking the projection. So now if I rotate the horizontal plane clockwise and see both vertical plane and horizontal plane will lie above the XY line. I repeat. So this is the vertical plane and this is the horizontal plane. Now I should rotate the horizontal plane clockwise. Both vertical plane and horizontal plane will merge and both will lie above the XY line. Therefore, in the second angle projection, when the object is kept in the second quadrant, we will get the condition like this. So if we have XY line, both VP and HP will come above the XY line. So therefore, here itself we will mark the front view. That is A prime, and here itself we will mark the top view, that is A. And also in vertical plane we should show the distance with respect to horizontal plane. In horizontal plane we should show the distance with respect to vertical plane. Now from the clear visualization we can state that if the point to be lie in the first quadrant or in the first angle projection, the condition is point should lie above horizontal plane and in front of vertical plane. Similarly, in the second angle projection, the condition is that the point should lie above horizontal plane and behind vertical plane. Now let us move on to the third angle projection, that is when the point is placed in the third quadrant. Now in the third angle projection, the point will be situated in third quadrant. Now to the observer, if the observer view this point, you can clearly see that the vertical plane is obstructing the visualization. So therefore, the observer should make an assumption that the vertical plane is transparent. So making that assumption, the observer will view the object, that is point which is situated in third quadrant, and he will take back the projection onto the vertical plane, which gives us the front view of that object. Now when the observer view this point in the top view, the horizontal plane itself is obstructing the visualization. Therefore, the observer should make an assumption that the horizontal plane is also transparent. Making that assumption, this horizontal plane is transparent, the observer will view the object and he will take back the projection onto the horizontal plane. So this will gives us the top view, which is denoted by A. Now if you clearly observe, in the top view you can see what is the distance of the point behind the vertical plane, and in the front view you can see what is the distance of the point below the horizontal plane. So this distance can be visualized in the front view, this distance can be visualized in the top view. This is the situation in third angle projection, wherein which the point is situated in the third quadrant. Now this is the vertical plane and this is the horizontal plane. As I already said, once we have taken the projection, always rotate horizontal plane clockwise. So therefore, rotate the horizontal plane clockwise. Now if you see, the vertical plane is below and the horizontal plane is above. Take the projection, rotate the horizontal plane clockwise. Now if you see, horizontal plane is above and vertical plane is below. Therefore, in the third angle projection, when point lies in the third quadrant, the condition is we will end up with getting above the xy line we have horizontal plane, and below the xy line we will get the vertical plane. So here we will represent the top view, which is A, and here we will represent the front view, which is A prime or A dash. Now looking at the diagram, the condition for the point to be in third quadrant is that the point should lie below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. That is, the point should lie below HP and behind VP. Therefore, if a point lies below HP and behind VP, then it is situated in third quadrant. Then we should draw the projections like this. The front view should lie below the XY line and the top view should lie above the XY line. Next, moving on for fourth angle projection, when the object lies in the fourth quadrant. Now keeping the point in fourth quadrant, point A. Now in the fourth angle projection, when the object is placed in the fourth quadrant, for simplicity let us consider the point placed in fourth quadrant. In the front view, the observer will view the object and he will project it onto the vertical plane. So this will represent the front view of that point, which is nothing but A prime. Similarly, when the observer view this point in the top view, the horizontal plane itself is obstructing the visualization. Therefore, the observer should make an assumption that the horizontal plane is transparent. So by making that assumption, the observer will view this point and he will take back the projection onto the horizontal plane. So this will represent the top view of this point, which is denoted without dash. This is A dash, this is A. Now in the front view, the observer can visualize what is the distance of point A below horizontal plane, and in the top view the observer can visualize what is the distance of point A in front of vertical plane. Now the situation is like this. This is horizontal plane and this is vertical plane. Now the observer will take the projection. As I said, always rotate horizontal plane clockwise. So this is the horizontal plane. So therefore, rotating the horizontal plane clockwise, both vertical plane and horizontal plane will lie below the XY line. That is, in the fourth angle projection, we have XY line, both BP and HP are coming below XY line. Here itself we should show front view which is A dash, and top view which is A. Coming for the condition in the fourth quadrant, the condition for the point to lie in the fourth quadrant is that the point should be in front of vertical plane and below the horizontal plane. The condition is the point should lie in front of VP and below HP. Now, if you clearly observe the summary of this orthographic projection of points, whenever you are specifying the point with respect to vertical plane, you should specify it whether it is in front or behind, in front of vertical plane or behind vertical plane. Whenever you are specifying a point with respect to horizontal plane, you specify whether the point is lying above the horizontal plane or below the horizontal plane. That is for vertical plane, in front or behind; for horizontal plane, above or below. The line of attack for solving the problems on orthographic projection of points is that you should identify these cases, whether it is lying above or below the horizontal plane, in front or behind the vertical plane. Once you find out these points, you will identify in which quadrant the point is lying. So once you identify that, you note down this as a rough sketch. Then you will get an idea where to plot the front view and where to plot the top view. Always in the vertical plane we will plot the front view. Always in the horizontal plane we will plot the top view. And also in the vertical plane we will show the distance with respect to horizontal plane. In the horizontal plane we will show the distance with respect to vertical plane. Next, the very important point one should know in engineering graphics is that the difference between first angle projection and third angle projection. Among these four projections, people will predominantly use first angle projection and third angle projection. This is because of the reason, if you clearly observe in the second angle projection and fourth angle projection, we will plot the front view and top view on the same side. Since it is a point, we might not encounter any confusions. But if we plot the projection of an object, the projections might overlap and it will create a confusion. So therefore, preferably we will use first angle projection, and the Americans will use third angle projection. So therefore, one should know the difference between first angle projection and third angle projection, and mainly they should know the representation of first angle projection and third angle projection. Coming for the difference between first angle projection and third angle projection, the first difference is that in the first angle projection, object will lie above horizontal plane, in front of vertical plane. Whereas in case of third angle projection, the object will be below horizontal plane, behind vertical plane. Next, coming for the second difference, there is no assumptions made that vertical plane and horizontal plane are transparent. Whereas for third angle projection, the assumption is made that the both vertical plane and horizontal plane are assumed to be transparent. The third and the major difference between the first angle projection and third angle projection is that the symbolic representation of first angle and third angle projection. That is, coming for the symbolic representation of first angle and third angle projection, in case of first angle projection, we will represent the symbol as, let me consider a tapered rod. So we will represent the side view like this. Coming for the symbolic representation of third angle projection, the same tapered rod will be represented in the third angle projection as the side view will be represented in front of the object, So this is the symbolic representation of first angle projection, and this is the symbolic representation of third angle projection, which is a very important question asked in all the interviews for any engineers when they want to ask questions on engineering graphics. So this is the brief introduction about the different angles of projections which we can use. As the name itself indicates, we will be performing orthographic projection of points, lines, planes, solids, and also the development of lateral surface of solids, and finally isometric projections. As the name itself indicates, we are performing orthographic projection. The word ortho stands for right angle to each other. If you clearly observe, the angle between the front view and the top view is 90 degrees. If I plot the side view, then the side view will make 90 degree with top view and also 90 degree with front view. So therefore, whatever views you are going to draw, these views will make 90 degrees to each other. Hence the name orthographic projection. Coming for the syllabus, what we are going to cover in our engineering graphics, that is, coming for the syllabus, what we are going to cover in our course engineering graphics, we are dividing the entire curriculum into 5 modules. In module 1, we will be dealing with orthographic projection of points for all these angles of projection. Next, coming for the second topic in the module 1, we will be dealing with orthographic projection of straight lines. For orthographic projection of straight lines, we will be using first angle projection only. Next, moving on for module 2, we will be discussing about orthographic projection of plane surfaces. Moving on for module 3, that is orthographic projection of solids, which is a very important module. Next, moving on for module 4, we will be discussing on development of lateral surface of solids, and in the final module we will be discussing on isometric projection and conversion of isometric projection to orthographic projection. This is the complete syllabus what we are going to cover in the engineering graphics. ಈ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಇ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಚಾನಲ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಯಾರದೇ ಸಹಾಯನೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೇನೆ ಕೇವಲ ಅಂತರ್ಜಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ನ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ನ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ, ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಯುವಕ, ವಿದ್ಯಾವರ್ಧಕ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯಕ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕನಾಗಿ ಯಂತ್ರಶಿಲ್ಪ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. That's all from this lecture. Thank you.